Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag and smile, smile, smile. While you've a Lucifer so light your
Simon & Schuster Audio presents I Am Not Afraid of Looking into the Rifles. Women of Resistance in World War I by Rick Stroud. Read by Jane Mcdowell. Foreword. This is not a history of the First World War. It is the story of the women of the resistance in Belgium and occupied northern France during that conflict. There are too many of them to tell all their stories, so I have used 8 main characters as a lens through which to describe the work of all the others. In 1914, before the Germans invaded, they were ordinary people. Some were poor, some were rich, some were low-born, and others were from the top echelons of society. At the beginning of the war, they were drawn together against an invader who had stormed in on false pretenses and enslaved their country. One of the first underground networks was formed on an ad hoc basis by women trying to repatriate Allied soldiers marooned behind enemy lines. The work was dangerous, and the penalties severe. Life imprisonment or death. As the war went on, the Allies recruited Belgian civilians as spies. One of their main activities was to monitor the movements of German troops by train. Their work was not glamorous. It was often boring and always essential. By 1918, the invading force that had marched in with such arrogance was too exhausted to go on. Lacking manpower, resources and money, it threw in the towel and left the Belgians in peace. The people I have written about show what the individual can do when faced with apparently overwhelming odds. In so doing, they set a very high moral standard for us all to live up to. Prologue. On the evening of the 31st of March 1916, a 23-year-old woman stood in her cell in the prison of Saint-Lazare in occupied Brussels, as a German military translator read an official letter from Berlin. Next to him stood the officer who had brought the letter to the prison. It informed her,
"Sample complete. Ready to continue?"